Find funding first! Find funding first!
Teachers went into 2018 knowing their pensions would be up for change, and they were ready to fight back.
You vote now, we vote later.
But the battle that unraveled, they did not expect.
Find funding first!
It sounds like a simple request. Find the money to fund the state's pension system instead of making cuts. That's what teachers wanted.
They're having to do more and more with less and less, and the governor just said he's going to cut again. Well, you can only cut so far.
Lawmakers responded to those requests with 2018's Senate Bill 1, which lawmakers said would save almost $5 billion and ensure that teachers still have some type of pension system.
We've been through this process for some 6 months now, meeting countless hours, countless days, countless weeks, driving countless miles to get to where we are. And this is a good product. I, for one, don't think anybody can really find any fault with what we've done.
But the plan would require cutting billions in benefits for teachers, so they quickly fought back. In groups of thousands, teachers went to the Capitol to remind lawmakers they made a deal with the state. It's called the inviolable contract, meaning lawmakers legally can't take their promises back.
A promise is a promise. It has to be kept. Our children know that. Our children know what a promise is. They know that when you give your word, you don't go back on it. But apparently our state government doesn't.
The large protest worked. Senate Bill 1 was defeated with only a few days left in the legislative session. At first, it looked like the teachers had won. But a quick change was made.
Save our schools! Save our schools!
Senate Bill 151, originally a sewer bill, all of a sudden had pension reform added on, and it was moving through the process quickly. It became clear lawmakers were going to vote on it that night, so teachers rushed to the Capitol.
I worry that this is the demise of public education here in the state.
The very next day, 20 school districts shut down for the day as thousands of teachers called in sick. Instead of school, they came to Frankfurt, ready to show lawmakers that they were not happy. The battle over pensions no longer was just about what's in the bill. It was about how lawmakers passed it.
Putting it in a sewer bill just shows that these guys climbed out of the gutter, and we're going to send them right back to the gutter.
But instead of the gutter,
I will sue over this house.
It went to court. Attorney General Andy Beshear and Governor Matt Bevin's lawyers argued all the way to the Supreme Court of Kentucky.
God save the Commonwealth, God save this honorable court.
In court, the Attorney General argued lawmakers broke the rules because they did not read the bill 3 separate times, a requirement by the state's constitution.
The paper was still hot, and they said we're going to vote on it right now.
The governor's lawyers argued the content in 151 was the same as the original pension bill.
Legislators knew what they were voting on. They had ample opportunity going back from before the legislature began, knowing what was in Senate Bill 1, which became Senate Bill 151.
But the Attorney General argued that proves lawmakers were trying to pass a bill while hiding from the public.
And the public killed Senate Bill 1. It was over. But this General Assembly and this governor tried to sneak something through.
The argument worked. With only a few days left in 2018, the Supreme Court of Kentucky decided the bill was passed illegally, meaning 151 was dead. It was a decision that made the governor mad.
This is a poke in the eye, a kick in the teeth, and a stab in the back to our legislature.
Teachers knew this was still not over. They figured this fight would continue in a few weeks when the 2019 legislative session was set to begin. But Governor Bevin gave it one more try. In the final days of 2018, he called a special session.
We have a legal and moral obligation to provide and deliver on the promises that have been made.
The attempt failed. The special session ended with no solution.
Without objection, so ordered, the House is adjourned.
A few days later, the new year and new legislative session started off loud for teachers. When pensions were on the agenda once again, a sick-out was called. several districts, including the state's two biggest, Louisville and Lexington, shut down for the day, and teachers rallied in Frankfort.
Vote no on 525.
Angry that this was happening again.
Are you kidding? Again? Like, I thought we made this clear last time. But a lot of people didn't show up to vote in November, so here we are again.
For some school districts, school was off for several days. Some teachers stayed until the very end of the session, fearing last-minute changes once again.
They took that trust from us last year, so we're watching closely, and we've made phone calls and done our emails and hoping that they'll listen.
The session ended, and no major changes were made when it comes to pensions for public school teachers.
Our board, our pensions.
But this battle did not end.
What we don't have a right to do is to call in sick when we're not sick.